One day, Leo found a lone fawn in the forest. Little Lulu lay quietly among the leaves. Her mother was gone. Leo slowly approached her, touched his nose to Lulu's face, and stood there. At that moment, everything changed. As Lulu grew, Leo was always by her side. He watched over her even while she slept, never leaving her side. In the mornings, they roamed the fields together. In the afternoons, they rested side by side under the sun. Sometimes Lulu would lick Leo's neck, and Leo would close his eyes and wait peacefully. They became inseparable friends. Now, Lulu roams freely, but Leo is still by her side. True friendship knows no bounds. It is a bond that comes from the heart. Would you help this little fawn? Let's meet in the comments.
A sheep and a dog. Who would have thought they'd become best friends? Richard was a tiny lamb abandoned by his mother. He didn't even have the strength to cling to life until Lacey took him in her arms. She fed him, raised him, but Richard was still lonely. It was as if he was waiting for someone, and one day, Chumley appeared before him, a big-hearted giant Kangal, silent, strong, protective. Richard followed him as soon as he saw him, like a shadow, following his every step. And Chumley, he never pushed him away. He accepted him. Now they wake up, side by side, every morning. Every evening, they lean on each other and fall asleep, a sheep and a dog, but they speak the same language: love, loyalty, bond. Watching them, you understand. Family is not a blood bond, but a heart bond. If this extraordinary friendship moved you too, leave a heart in the comments.
Bruce's favorite thing wasn't a ball, nor was it food. It was a small, worn-out stuffed lamb. Wherever he went, he carried it in his mouth, as if to say, "Look, I brought my friend too." But Bruce wasn't always like that. At the shelter, he sat quietly in a corner. He was scared and very lonely. When I first saw him, my heart ached. The next day, I came back and took him home. I was so happy that day. At first, he wouldn't approach anyone, but one day, he picked up the little toy I left in front of him. That was the moment I saw hope in his eyes for the first time. Days passed, and Bruce changed. He learned to smile, to trust, until he met Trout, a small, timid cat, rescued from a fire. At first, they kept their distance, but then one morning, I found them curled up together on the couch. Trout was curled up on Bruce's chest, and the stuffed lamb had been forgotten in a corner. In that moment, I understood. Bruce was no longer alone. Once, all he had was a stuffed lamb. Now he had a real heart beating beside him. If you enjoyed the story, you can support us.
The moment I first saw Molly on Peggy's back, everything began. The huge dog stood frozen like a rock, careful not to disturb the tiny bird. It was as if that spot belonged to Molly, yet nothing was planned. We found Molly on the ground, trembling. We brought her home just so she could recover. But from that first day on, she wasn't afraid of us or the dogs. When Peggy and Molly first met, Molly approached her with small steps. Peggy looked at her, then lowered her head as if to accept her. As the days passed, Molly touched Peggy's paws, sniffed her nose, and finally climbed onto her back and stayed there for hours. Peggy always made room for her with the same calmness. Even today, the same scene under the sun. A quiet but true friendship. What do you think makes this pair so special? Write your comments. You can support the channel by liking the video.
When I first saw this tiny, hairless baby, I wasn't even sure it would survive. It was the smallest of 4 siblings, like a tiny squirrel, and its mother refused to nurse it. We were worried, but we didn't give up. For days, I fed him every hour. I dressed him in tiny sweaters to keep him warm. The vet diagnosed him with a rare disease called ectodermal dysplasia, but Piglet had a strong heart. He didn't give up. Every day he grew a little more, clinging to life with a little more determination. And today, Piglet is a fearless, happy, energetic dog. He was small, hairless, but never hopeless. How would it feel to witness a miracle like Piglet? Write in the comments. If you love dogs, don't forget to like it. Would you believe that a dog and a cow could be friends? When you hear Tate's story, your heart will melt. Every morning, Tate's eyes sparkle with the same excitement. Because he's not just going for a walk, he's going to see his friends. When he sees the cows, he wags his tail so hard. It's as if he's saying, "I missed you." They stretch their heads out and sniff his nose. Who would have thought a dog and a cow could have such a special bond? Maybe love is just trying to find its own language. But sometimes when he gets to the field, the cows aren't there. Then Tate becomes quiet and goes home. Even at home, he looks out the window, waiting, wondering, will they come today? Because friendship, sometimes it's just wanting to be there. Over time, the bond between them grew. Now, Tate isn't afraid. He doesn't hesitate. He goes up to them, looking as if he's smiling. The cows recognize him too, as if saying, "Welcome, little friend." Tate reminds us of something. True friendship knows no bounds. When love comes from the heart, everyone can understand. What about you? Have you ever seen an unexpected friendship? Write in the comments. When Daisy first came home, Dozer didn't know what to do. She was tiny, energetic, and persistent. Even though he tried to escape her play invitations, Daisy never gave up. She bit his paws, pulled his tail, barked, until finally, Dozer remembered the puppy inside him. From that moment on, everything changed. The two dogs became an inseparable, mischievous duo. Dozer was always gentle, while Daisy filled the house with laughter through her games. A while later, Mocha joined the family. Now the three of them run and play together, filling every corner of the house with joy and love. Their friendship reminds us that even the smallest moments can bring happiness. You can support us by liking the video. Every morning when we enter the room, it's as if the sun is rising again, because Kit greets us with that sweet smile of his. Toy in his mouth, tail wagging fast, he looks at us as if to say, "Hey, where were you? I missed you so much." But behind this joy lies a sad past. For years, it was used only for breeding. The day it became useless, it was abandoned on the street. Its fur was matted, its teeth worn down, its heart broken. It was in terrible condition. In the early days, he was even afraid to walk. We carried him in our arms. But within a few weeks, those fearful looks gave way to hope once more. Now, every day, he runs like a lively puppy. He was reborn. Kit taught us one thing. Love heals even the most wounded hearts. If you liked Kit's story, leave a heart in the comments, because every abandoned heart deserves to be loved again.